Alright, hello guys, we are back. Jeremy's in chat. Hello Jeremy, you did finish work before I was on stream. Indeed. We're only going for another 30 minutes or so, but as you can see, we have reached Byzantium. And now we're heading, we just finished Pavardi's crew mission there. We took her on a cute, we got her to take Ellie on a cute date. Not Ellie, Jinlei. And now we're going to go meet Ellie's parents. Why am I waiting for that? Fuck that. I'm not waiting for that. Alright, where is her parents? They're over there, okay. Well, the bottom underbelly of it looked about what I expected all of Byzantium to end up looking like. This kind of reminds me of, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, what Liza P would probably look like before Krot fell to shit.
Alright, how does this sound?
Citizens, today marks a monumentous occasion in the
Sam Rockwell. Alright, Mom. Alright,
Sure.
Pop.
Hey, look, there's my parents' place. Smell that? Industrial grade cleaning solvent and desperation.
Okay. Let's go to the Fenhill Estate and meet Ellie's parents. I'm sure they'll be fine with me walking and brandishing a rifle.
Marilyn, is that you?
Loss. We certainly didn't expect to see you like this.
And I didn't expect you to renew your marriage contract. But we're all full of surprises today, aren't we?
Why does her mom look exactly like
Speaking of
Lilia?
surprises, you should meet my new friend. We've been running around the system for a while now, stirring up all sorts of trouble.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Welcome. Spit on the floor. Fancy place. I'll probably take a few things with me.
There you go again, Captain. Always menacing polite society. Anyway, you're probably wondering where I've been all this time.
Not exactly.
I've not played Bioshock Infinite.
The last few years have been a bloody haze. You wouldn't believe the messes we've gotten ourselves into. Right?
Ellie, can we just get this over? Indeed, we've saved towns and restored property across Halcyon. Theft, vandalism, profanity, you name it, we've done it. At least twice.
Yep, we're a pair of disgraceful lowlifes.
Marilyn, this really isn't the best time. Perhaps you should go.
Don't treat her like that. She came a long way to see you. We'll leave when we're good and ready.
You tell him. We'll stay as long as we like. And while we're at it, we'll drink your expensive hooch, wear our outside shoes all over your nice floors.
Hold up, these floors aren't just nice. They're top quality marble.
She's right. Since when can you afford authentic Terran marble?
That's what we've been trying to tell you, dear, but you must understand, we hadn't heard from you in ages.
We thought you were dead.
Don't sound so disappointed about it. It's not for lack of people trying, believe me.
I'm not dead. I just never wanted to talk to you again.
Come here.
I'm afraid the distinction was lost on us, darling.
Why do I get the feeling you people are about to apologize for something?
We only did what any grieving parents in our position would do. We collected on your life insurance policy.
And the payouts have been rather, substantial.
You what?
Talk about making lemons slap out of lemons. But I'm sure you're much happier now knowing Ellie's alive and well, right?
Of course. And we shall always harbor that joyful secret deep within our hearts.
And you'll report it to the insurance company, right?
It's not that simple. For one thing, we'd have to cut back on so many necessities. The neighbors would be sure to notice.
So tell them Ellie's back. You'll be the talk of the town.
That's the other problem.
We had to explain your disappearance somehow.
We couldn't very well tell people you'd run off to become a miscreant, could we?
I'll have you know, Ellie's a professional miscreant.
Someone could hear you.
We concocted a story about Celeste Jollycurl designing a pair of 12-inch heels for you.
One of a kind, naturally.
That led to your tragic death when you tripped and broke your neck.
It was quite the story. People were talking about it for weeks.
Not until I get some answers. Couldn't you have at least made up a better story? Something with pirates or raptidons? And what are you gonna do now that we're here?
Yes, about that. We were just about to ask you to, leave.
Yeah, I have no
Quietly,
issues turning these
if you
people
don't
in.
mind.
You should be ashamed of yourself. If you really knew your daughter, quiet is not in her vocabulary.
She hasn't changed a bit, I see.
That's it? You just want us to disappear now?
Marilyn, please.
Don't cause a scene.
You're in your own house, dude. What about you, Billy? I don't know about you, Ellie, but I'm ready to cause the scene.
Let's just get out of here, Captain. Fine. I'm gone. Forever this time.
I really want to report her parents to the insurance company. I don't actually care at all about how the neighbors will
Let's look
think.
outside. We gotta talk.
Because of course they're. Exactly. What are we looking for? You never forget an orgy, especially when it happens in Camp Drybone? Oh, you misspelled Rapidon? Yes. Okay, let me fix that real quick for you. Quotes. There. Oh, it's already on that page. Cool. Rapidon. Lovely, because of course they are. Exactly. Although no, jabber, shouldn't it be called Camp Wetbone? Nope.
Can you believe those two?
No.
We'd hardly been there a minute and they turned us out like yesterday's garbage.
They shouldn't have gotten so upset. How did you think that would go? How did you think that would go?
I thought they'd be scandalized. They'd both be sitting there watching one of their vapid aetherwave dramas, and then we'd walk in. Mother would drop her mock apple cider, and the glass would shatter all over their overpriced marble. Father would tear off his glasses and blink open-mouthed.
This is a very specific fantasy.
Shh, I'm getting to the good part. I'd have a great one-liner in the tube. I was thinking either the leather's fake but the scars are real, or oops, did I just track awesome onto your rug?
Intimidate 40. How about it's payback time? I'm collecting with interest.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that one day. Now, getting back to my story. Father would throw his hands up because this would be just like me to come back and make a big scene. Then Mother would do the old, "You had us worried sick." Her eyes would be red and she'd have her fist in front of her mouth to stifle a sob.
You're really hurt, aren't you?
I'm not hurt. I'm outraged. Affronted, even. I just didn't want to get booted out of the house I grew up in like that. It's embarrassing, you know. And I've got a reputation to maintain.
Work through it on your own time. Trust me, this is for the best. That sounds familiar.
I hope you don't think I'm talking about this because I want to be introspective.
I think there's a lesson here, Ellie. What happened with your parents is in the past now. Move on. This episode reflects on them, not you.
But I want to talk about me now.
Alright? You can learn something from this. Everyone's got Only out from this house. You've seen that now. Bad things happen. You've got to surround yourself with people that really look out for you.
Can't I just have a drink and punch some poor defenseless pillow instead?
You can punch your parents.
Anyway, I don't want to sift through this lousy experience for meaningful life lessons. I'm mad, and I want to do something about it. Something like...
Reporting your parents.
Wait a second. What if I could get that money?
Keep talking. I don't follow. That money won't make you feel evil. It's not really your money any more than it is theirs.
I could open a new account, designate that account holder as a sole beneficiary. All the payouts would go to me. I'll make money without doing a thing. And I'll get to cut them off.
So how do we do this?
My policy is with the Greater Halcyon Insurance Group. They have an office in Byzantium. Maybe you could use some of your people skills to help me set up a dummy beneficiary account.
I don't know how this would work, but
doesn't
all right.
work, I'm sure we can find one of their terminals and do it ourselves.
Sure, let's give this a go. Why not? I'm all for just reporting them and having them go to jail, but
I think I've figured out what you need.
Besides a smoke and some privacy?
Our crew's like a machine. All the parts got to work together or we'll shake ourselves. Ellie, we gotta talk.
My second least favorite set of 4 words. Here we go.
You gotta stop treating me with kid gloves. I'm not gonna fall to pieces if you look at me sideways, and I'm not going away. It's fine if you don't like me, but we gotta find a way to work together. For the crew.
Never heard you sound this forceful. It's kind of refreshing.
if we're not gonna do that, we might as well fight them fraud with fraud. Exactly. Oh. Bill Singley's House of Inebriation. Alright, I kinda like that name of for a bar. Jeremy, do you want to open up a House of Inebriation? Dear Mailbox System, the sole letter in this mailbox is addressed to the Greater Halcyon Intergroup Satellite Office in Fallbrook, Planet
I guess
Monarch.
we're going to Fallbrook.
What? Okay. Why do I have to go to Fallbrook to do something for... open a House of Inebriation? Because Jeremy, we have that quote of that hate there about how I accidentally killed Jeremy. It's a quote or hate? I don't know. Oh, hate. He killed Jeremy. Now, did we ever talk about why that's a hate? Were you there for that?
We're now
When I killed Jeremy.
Captain.
Minicat! What are you doing? Why are you being all mini over there? Yeah, so I was in the thermonuclear geothermal plant, and a whole bunch of robots are attacking me, right? And Jeremy just also happened to be attacking me and firing at me, but there was a robot behind me. Anyway, so I fired at him, thinking he was firing at me, and then I was in combat with him permanently, and I couldn't stop.
This looks like the place. You ready to get my money or what?
Welcome to the offices of the Greater Halcyon Insurance Group, Halcyon's premier provider of life and disaster-related insurance. I'm obligated to inform you that our coverage does not extend to incidents deemed to result from negligence, criminal activity, or dullness of mind.
Dullness of mind?
Some people, but no one in this office, I assure you, might call it stupidity.
Hey!
It's like they say, there's no cure for that.
So, what kind of insurance package can I interest you in? We're running a special on dismemberment policies. Buy one, get one half off.
Why is your office on Monarch?
We're not on Monarch. For all practical and tax-related purposes, this office is an official enclave of Byzantium.
Oh, okay. You say so.
Oh, it's certainly not about what I say. That's all down to our legal team and our CFO.
Of course it is. I need you to change the beneficiary on Marilyn Fennell's life insurance policy.
I remember that one. That's the young socialite who broke her neck, right?
Of course, no one remembers me for the marauders I've killed or the bits I've stolen. Typical.
That claim was airtight. Our best investigators couldn't find an exclusion for that one.
Oh, what else can you tell me?
Are you serious?
Well, we interviewed the parents extensively. They had plenty of awkward childhood stories that illustrated their daughter's clumsiness and capriciousness.
Hey, those are entirely made up.
Furthermore, the claim spurred a whole line of fashion-related policies. It's become a very lucrative market.
So how would I amend that claim?
You can't, of course. Only Miss Fenhill can assign her beneficiaries. And she's dead. If we let every friend, relative, and acquaintance change a policy like that, people would do it all the time. Imagine the paperwork.
Okay, but how would I change it?
Oh, you mean hypothetically? Well, hypothetically, you'd access the terminal in the back room that contains data on all our policies. And you'd theoretically add the beneficiary of your choice. But you wouldn't actually do that, of course. That would be fraud.
You'll do this if you're firing your own claim. I don't need to buy it. Let's see.
I'm forbidden from accepting bribes, no matter how tempting.
Okay. You kidding? You're in the middle of fall work. Look at it. Oh, fine. I'm paying in advance.
The employee handbook doesn't say anything about that. Very well.
She
I'll need the
accepted
name of
that.
the new beneficiary.
Ellie Fenhill?
If you say so. The payouts will flow exclusively into the new account at the start of the month. I hope Ms. Fenhill enjoys her newfound prosperity.
What else? Alright, Ellie.
You really did it. Give these payouts a few years and I'll be rolling in it.
How does it feel?
I've never been prouder to stand back and watch someone else work. I'm just glad my folks aren't gonna live off that awful story they made up. Maybe now they'll have to go back to real jobs.
Got the chase. What are you going to do with all those bits? Good for you. I'm glad to see you got what you wanted.
Yeah. The funny thing about getting what you want is then you gotta figure out what to do with it. I've never been much of a planner. Makes my eyeballs itch.
Who needs a plan? Figure it out as you go.
If only you could have been my chief surgeon back in the day. Anyway, enough of that. You did a job for me, so here's your fee.
I appreciate it, but I didn't do this for the money.
Don't make it weird. Even you've got to be in it for the money now and then. Why else would you go through all this trouble?
Because I want a scissor with you.
You sure? Because my kind of friends will pick your pocket clean while they're getting hammered with you.
I'm a doer, not a talker. Let's just leave it at that. We're better off when we're part of a team. We can't make it out here alone. Friendship's important. What else are we fighting for? Not the people we care about.
Well, I've got a few years of experience that would suggest differently. Still, maybe you've got a point. Maybe it's good to watch someone's back now and then so that one day they watch yours. So, you just keep the money. One of us has to look out for your interests.
Wouldn't want to be indebted to me, huh?
It's nothing personal. It's just the closest thing I've got to a code.
I get that. I don't like being indebted either.
Enough of the touchy-feelies, huh?
Alright, we did it, team. It's another 88,000 EXP. And not enough to level up. Are you fucking with me? Grave perk. Beyond the grave. Alright, well. Alright. So, I don't know about you guys, but I am not happy with that resolution. Like, yeah, okay. Cost of bribes, minus 50%. Okay, whatever. The parents learned absolutely nothing from that. Yeah, they don't get the money anymore, but what's to stop them from going in and being like, that's wrong, change the beneficiary back to us. And then bribing them like we did. I would have much preferred them going to jail.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain. Remember that you are not...
Fucking hell. Fucking hell, mate! I think it's a huge stomach. Okay. Alright, so we got that quest there. What's the other ones? Other quests that we have, though? Journal. We got at Central. Well, let's just go to the map and hit T. Okay, we got this one here. Right, I'm not really interested in doing this particular one, so. One who walks away from the garden. What is? Oh, that's okay, we'll do this later. It's the other DLC. Alright. We'll do this quest first then, and then we'll do the other one. There's a funny justice to it. There is. Agreed. But I definitely would have preferred them. Ow. To get what they deserved. Jeremy, you said that there is a point of no return that the game makes very clear. Whenever we get to that.
My cousin's in pictures.
Alright, that's when we'll do the
Piracy and civil.
that's when we'll do the DLC.
Just leave me back at the ship. I'm sure there's something I ought to be fixing now.
Nope.
Great, you made it. Listen, I know you're expecting a script, but you're the real deal. Just go in there and do what feels natural.
I am not the real deal.
We gave the other actors real weapons to keep things authentic. And because Josh is paying to see their logo on the big screen.
I can work with that.
See, I knew you'd get it. Now go in there, find your mark, and show us what you got.
Alright.
Well, well. Here to stop us at last, Captain Steele? You're too late. All of this settlement CNP Hungry Time food pills, same nutritional value, but now with added filler, are ours.
I hate that so
With their
much.
patented stomach stuffing effects and baseline vitamin content, we will be nigh unstoppable.
The sad thing is, this is the direction the world is going. Joke's on you, idiot. Those crates are just decoys.
They are? What an unexpected twist. You may have fooled me for now, but not for long.
This man's a terrible actor.
Are we on camera now? Because I really don't care to be.
Do you remember the last time we faced each other? The Battle of Axajak, staring one another down across the void of space while flaming debris fell like rain around us.
Things you just described are scientifically impossible.
Hey, I didn't write this. Just go with it. I had you surrounded and outgunned, but you overcame my superior numbers with tactical thinking and a Hammersmith limited edition grenade launcher. I've been waiting for 5 years now, and at last my day for vengeance has come.
You ran like a coward then. Okay. That's what you think. Exude wordless fury. Is this where we're dumping backstory? Because that should have come up earlier.
Yes, it is. I have this whole port wired with sub-micro energon transistors. Once we're away, I'll activate the gamma particulate field and the quantaponic chain reaction will turn this whole place into vaporized plasma.
Most of those words are made up, and the ones that are real don't work like that.
Plasma's already a vapor-like kind of thing. You can't re-vaporize it. Can you?
Quiet, you're supposed to be an extra. I hope you've paid your burial fees and signed your personal death and dismemberment waivers because this is the end for you.
Finally.
You're not even taking this seriously. I refuse to work like this. I've done Aetherwave spots for Wentworth, I'll have you know. To the break room, everyone. I need my Moab fizzy tea.
You can just shoot him and cripple him. Oh, that's hilarious.
What? Cut! That was interesting, kid. Real novel take. Take 5.
Just cripple him.
Hey, listen, I appreciate what you tried there. We've got to review your footage before we make a final decision, though.
Okay.
Here, take this for making the trip down here. Don't call us. We'll call you.
I have no intention of calling you anyway, so that works for me. I leveled up, sick. Okay. 13 more points, guys, and we will have enough. Yes. Minicat? Minicat? Minicat! Guys, you don't hear this, but Minicat is currently yelling at me in tones that should not be yelled at. He would deserve it. Yeah, the thing is though, even if it would cripple him, my damage is so high it would actually just straight up just kill him. So he only had 600 HP, and I do like 1800 to 2400 more if I crit.
So you really want to be real, huh?
Sure do.
All right. From now on, you're getting raw, unfiltered Ellie. Hope you got some rubber gloves.
Just giving it to you raw dog, Parati. You ready for it? Alright, what's this? Okay, so I don't know how this is going to end. I don't know if I want to kill this person. I don't really want to just outright kill her. I kind of want to hear what she has to say first. But hearing how this works out will be interesting at the very least.
This reminds me of... Oh, never mind.
So basically, we've been chasing this quest line to find out what's going on with the Vitier gas, and that facility where the doctors were like making Raptidon human hybrids for some fucking reason and failing. And the lady who sent us there was thinking that's all aliens' work. So now we got to learn more about that. Cascadia compromised? I received a message that an unauthorized user was looking through my files on my Cascadia terminal. Maybe some marauder with 2 firing brain cells, maybe not. I hope whoever it is understands that the sacrifices made on Monarch and HRS 1084 serve a higher purpose. One day, when all of us have attained a new state of being, humanity may forgive my sins. That doesn't really help. My worst suspicions are confirmed. HRS 1080 was ransacked. Who knows what became of the suspension tanks? My team. As usual, my handlers on the board are no help. Until I deliver results, they can replicate, package, and disperse to the general population. They desire only silence and obedience from the likes of me. Okay? In another relocation. Circumstances were hardly optimal at the primary and secondary labs. Political instability pulled Cascadia out from under me, and some combination of cabin fever and paranoia soured HRS 1084. Perhaps my home in steadfast Byzantium will offer the retreat I need. Though I miss working alongside colleagues, I know that I hardly deserve the ones I so enjoyed, the ones I lost. The work continues in isolation and loneliness, perhaps as it should. First, extraterrestrials. Ever since our species became aware of itself, we imposed our superiority on the worlds we touched. Colonialism worked, for a time. But our oldest trick didn't work in Halcyon, did it? Now we are the ones who must bow to a force greater than ourselves. We are the ones who must adapt. Update. Wine makes me too introspective. Perhaps I'll balance it out for vodka. Okay, so that's the first sign that extraterrestrials are actually involved. Right. Unseal. Oh, was that easy? Just steal everything that we can. Hi, Minicat. What you doing? I like how you trill all the time. It's very cute. And very many. So that message terminal there was the first indication that extraterrestrials were involved in any way.
this basement. If someone back home wanted to make a secret lab, they'd have to put it in a closet.
That's far enough. What are you doing here? How did you even get inside?
Lily Hagen sent me. I'm not one asking the questions.
You're in my house, and I'm not fucking around. Start talking.
You're gonna get shot. I came to blow the lid off your alien conspiracy.
My what conspiracy? Let's talk about this. Please. I think there's been a crucial misunderstanding.
I'm listening.
If you came looking for some elaborate scheme, it isn't here. All I'm doing is trying to keep Halcyon alive.
What are you doing, Doctor? This information is beyond classified.
Shut up.
You can write me up in your report. It hardly matters. I'm researching a new way to feed the colony. The crops we transplanted from Earth don't give us the nutrients we need. Our colonists might not realize it yet, but they're starving.
This is startling, but it doesn't explain the research I found. Wait, you're telling me this is all about vegetables? No, but if we have Raptidon genes in us, I think the theory is that since they survive out here, we'd be able to survive out here getting the nutrients we need.
The food we grow here barely sustains human life. The colony won't last under these conditions. So, the board let me approach the problem from a different angle. I believed that I could adapt humans to live on Halcyon's terms. That I could change us. Give us the ability to derive sustenance from the nutrients the food does have.
Adaptation didn't save your research team. All you have to show for it is a lab full of preserved colleagues. Hold on, what about the aliens?
I know. I was there. Thomas was the first to take the gas. A simple test, he said. I told him not to, but he insisted. We learned a lot from his autopsy. Enough that we could try it on each other and know when to stop. No one else died. I must find a cure so his sacrifice isn't in vain.
We've a lot of valuable scientists arrive at zero solutions.
I wouldn't allow us to experiment on convicts or the unemployed. It's wrong, no matter what the law says. Everyone agreed. We accepted the risks.
I mean, if they all agreed,
I'm
then...
desperate. I've already asked all the best institutes on Earth for help. Years ago, we sent a message out on the Cornelius Vanderbilt, but heard nothing back.
Enough talk. Where do we go from here? Isn't Cornelius Vanderbilt one of the assault cruisers patrolling Halcyon? The board wants to adapt the entire population of Halcyon?
It's been missing for over 2 years now. They never re-established contact after the skip to Earth. Of course, the board is keeping that under wraps.
Imagine losing something with that many guns on it.
How'd you lose half a pair of ships like it were a sock?
The board is uneasy about letting the colony know, seeing as half of their military force vanished without a trace.
Yeah, on one ship? Okay. Lily sent me after conspiracy. It looks like I found a cover-up instead. Colonists might get unruly if they realize that there was only one boot on their neck. The board society is vulnerable. That's a crisis waiting to unfold.
I'd prefer if you didn't use my name when you talk about this. My contract has a list of very terrible consequences for breaking secrecy.
No talk. Where do we go from here? The board wants to adapt the entire population of,
Once we can replicate a success, the board will move to rewire our nucleon. With any luck, our next generation will be eating and thriving off Halcyon crops.
Knowing what the board considers a success, that doesn't give me a lot of hope.
You really think the board got our best interests at heart? I mean, they say, but I'm just not sure.
No.
We haven't made enough
They do
strides
not.
to advance the plan. Hardly any at all. But we have to keep trying. You could always shoot me. I assume that's why you're here. If I die, there's no one who can reproduce our work. Every sacrifice will have been for nothing. And we'll be no closer to a solution that feeds the colony.
No pity, Swells. If you work with him, I'll spare you. Keep working with the board on a plan to save Fallout. Yeah, let's send it to Phineas Wells.
The one on the wanted posters? They say he's an anarchist. A madman, a butcher. I'll do it.
Doctor!
What choice do I have, Commander?
That didn't take much convincing.
If working with Wells is the only way I can save the colony, then I will damn well do it. I need to get out of here. Phineas can contact me when he's ready to work together. For now, I'd better pack up the lab and head somewhere discreet.
Not so fast. Captain, what you just learned is beyond your clearance. Hell, it's beyond mine. Give me one reason why I should let you walk out of here alive.
Because the fate of the colony is in my hands. What if I gave you 1,944 reasons? It's less work than hauling my corpse out of here.
You sure have an inflated sense of self-importance, but that doesn't make you wrong.
Yeah, my
Now move
150.
along. The doc has a lot of work ahead of her, tidying up and such.
Well, he gave in quick. Look at that. I told you. I didn't want to kill her without hearing her out. And if we have a chance to turn her over to our side, that's win-win for me. Oh, Lilia's here, apparently. So now we get to find out why Lilia wanted her dead so bad. Or maybe not. Maybe this just wants us to leave it before heading out there. Okay. I guess we have to go back. Okay, that makes sense.
I believe your choice to spare Chartrand would be considered the honorable path, yes? Sublight's money is inconsequential in the face of ethics. Destination reached. The Groundbreaker.
Now, this doesn't prove that aliens don't exist in this universe yet, but why is that just a frog with with bird wings? Well, I guess more like flying squirrel wings. Guys, could you imagine frogs that fly around like flying squirrels? That'd be amazing. Alright, now we get to kill everyone at Subway, right? Be so easy. I could just do it right from here.
Is it done?
I spoke to Chartrand. I'm not gonna kill her.
Well, damn. Contractor grew a conscience. As your employer, I'm both angry and disappointed. I'll add that to your file. Technically, I owe you an exit interview. Care to justify your betrayal of our species, or are we finished here?
You misunderstand Chartrand's research. She's our best shot at survival in Halcyon. You're crazy, Lilia.
You're awfully quick to trust someone who offed her colleagues and called it a good start. Out of my office. We're done.
This is why I always ask for half my payment up front.
You think maybe she's got an itchy trigger finger? I don't want to find out.
That's fine. Don't care. Now on our way out, we should just fucking end this dude, this dude, this dude. No, I'm kidding. We don't need to kill any of them. We can avoid murder and mayhem if and when it's possible. Alright, let's go back to Byzantium, and that's where we'll be done for today, guys.
Sam, my vacuum tubes require evacuating. No, not those. The ones in port. Yes, there. Thank you. And while you're at it, could you switch my binaries to that? Exactly. I haven't felt this clean and efficient since Captain Hawthorne installed my subalternate auxiliary backup processor.
Excellent. Off to Byzantium.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
Greetings, customer.
Remember that you are not in
Hamburgers. Our AI is horny as fuck. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, but... Alright. So, this is a good place to save our game. But before we do that, we have 2 quests that we didn't do. Hang on. Yeah, I don't care about that quest, and I don't care about this quest. These 2 quests I'm not too concerned with. So we're just going to focus on the main quest from here. And yeah. So starting tomorrow, we're going to go through the city and the stars. We'll probably find some more side quests along the way, but we had a lot of progress today, guys. We finished off Monarch, we finished off Ellie, Vicar, Max, Pavarti, and Nyoka's side quests or companion quests. So we did a lot. YouTube, thank you for viewing.